you give the heading when cash price is missing. When cash price is missing, then how to make the workings? Accounting entries are going to remain same. Workings will change. Basically, cash price is missing means we cannot start the entries only. The first entry itself what we pass. That is asset account debit to seller account. That is done with what price? Cash price. So if cash price is not known, you cannot even start with the question. Okay. Very first we have to make the workings and find this cash price. And in MCQ point of view, all this will only come. You will make the workings and answer and find the cash price. Now how to find the cash price? Understand it first. Put your pens down. Like we did a table to find the interest. Same way table showing cash price. What were the columns in finding the interest? Installment number, down payment or installment amount due before installments, it's ratio, and then interest we distribute in that ratio. Now if cash price is missing, understand it first, then you write it. Installment number, installment amount. In fact, first we should write amount due after installment amount due after the installment, then installment amount, then total amount, then interest in that, and then cash price in that. Now suppose these are columns A, B, C, D, E and F. Very first, we have to start with last installment. It is also called as reverse working method. You have to start with the last installment. This chapter what you are studying in FY BCom accountancy, when I was in 11th and 12th, we had this chapter in mathematics subject in 12th standard. So we used to do the workings of the same kind, but we used to do not in table form, in the working note form only. Yeah, so it was 1.5 page working. This is more simple for you people. Start with the last installment. If there are 3 installments, then you will not take installment number 1, 2, 3. You will start with installment number 3, 2, 1. Okay, very first thing you remember is you will start with the last installment. Now amount due after installment. If you start with installment number 3, then what would be the amount due after third installment? Listen carefully. You have to pay the money in 3 installments. We have to start from the last installment. If we start with installment number 3, what would be the amount due after third installment? Listen carefully. We have to pay the money in 3 installments. We go reverse. We start with installment 3, then 2, then 1. If you start with installment 3, I am asking you, what would be the amount due after third installment? 0. You are paying the money in 3 installments. Third would be the last installment. You are starting with last installment only. What would be the amount due after third installment? So in the very first row you will have 0. Then you will take installment amount. Now this D, that is total. First I am explaining you for the first row, then I will come to the second row. This installment amount, which installments amount? Third installments amount. How you get total is B plus, in the first row it will be equal to C itself because B is going to be 0. Now in this last installment, interest will always be included. So how would you separate out the interest from that is amount of this total into R upon 100 plus R. Means if the rate of interest is 10%, then how will you find the interest included in that? Total into 10 upon 110. If the rate of interest is 6%, how will you find the interest included here? Total into 6 upon 106. Simple logic. Suppose the installment is 100 rupees plus interest in that is 10 rupees. Then what would be the total amount of installment? 110. So in total is 110. Interest is 10. So whatever is the total available, suppose 55,000, then what is the interest? 55,000 into 10 upon 110. So therefore, how would you find this interest included in this? Total amount into R upon 100 plus R. Understood that? Now how would you get the cash price? From D amount, you will minus interest. Means that amount is the cash price of that installment. That amount is the cash price up to third installment. Now when you go to the second row, this was the first row. Second row means after third installment you will take second installment. Now what is the amount due after second installment? This amount itself. Last row. Suppose you are paying 55,000, that interest is 5,000. What is the cash price of that installment? 50,000. So what is the amount due after second installment? 50,000 only. On that we have to pay 10% interest, 5,000. Then we pay 55,000. So this B will always be equal to previous column. B will always be equal to previous column. First row it will be 0. Second row onwards, what amount will you write in B column? Last column F. Then installment number 2. After that C. Then D will be equal to B plus C. Interest will be D into R by 100 plus R. And then cash price D minus E. That way you will do it for installment 3, 2 and then 1. And finally, whatever amount you obtain, this one will be cumulative. Why cumulative? This amount is already added here, and same with this amount is also already added here. In this final amount, you have to add down payment. In this final amount, you have to add down payment, and then you would get the actual cash price of your. Okay, whatever final column cash price you get amount. Don't do the total of all the three, because this amount already includes the earlier two amounts. When we solve it, you'll understand it. Final amount of cash price, whatever you get, in that further you add down payment, you'll get the total cash price of the. Show this, then we'll solve an example. Okay. Show this one please. And write these things what I have mentioned over here. You have to start with last installment. You're going reverse. And then before first installment, what you'll get is the actual cash price of the asset. You're going reverse. Third installment, first column row it will be 0. Then you get the amounts. You'll get the amount of previous column F only. By the way, what are your scores now? So we'll take up with the next question, question number 5. Fourth question, all of you have done it? Yes. Any confusions in that? Look at question 5 on page 41, be attentive. Listen, A Limited purchased a machine from B Limited. So A Limited is the buyer and B Limited is the seller. On 1/4/2009 on hire purchase system with the following terms. 70,000 paid at the time of agreement as down payment, that is down payment. Balance amount to be paid in 3 yearly installments. Thank God it's 3 installments, so 3 years question only. So far we have done only 4 years questions. 3 yearly installments of 74,200 each payable on 31st March every year. Interest chargeable is 6% per annum on balance cash price. Depreciation on machine is to be provided on 31st March every year. Make it 10%. Depreciation is to be provided 10% on 31st March every year. Cancelled by both the parties. Only buyer will provide the depreciation. Calculate the cash price of the machine and calculation of interest paid. Also draw necessary ledger accounts in the books of hire purchaser and hire vendor. So far we have not practiced on the hire vendor's books. Anyway, today we will do only hire vendor. And hire purchaser you try on your at home, in the homework. Okay, so hire vendor's books will also be covered with the. Is everyone clear with this? First of all, we have to make the working, so make the same columns. Make the columns. Now understand practically how do we get the cash price from this. Very first, as I said, we have to start with the last installment, so write down installment number 3. Who are still making the columns? Raise your hand. So concentrate here now everyone. Start with installment number 3. As I said, what will be the amount due after third installment? 0. Okay, in the very first row you always write 0. Now each installment is 74,200. Each installment is of 74,200. Any doubt in this? No. Total amount B plus C will be 74,200. Now in this question, what is the rate of interest? 6. So we are going to do amount of column D into 6 upon 106. R upon 100 plus R. So for 6% we will do into 6 upon 106. Do 74,200 into 6 divided by 106. 41. So what 74,200 we are paying, in that 4,200 is of interest. Means what is the cash price of that installment? 70,000. 74,200 minus 4,200, D minus E. So 70,000 is the cash price of that installment. Any confusion in this? All are clear with this? I repeated, last installment we will start with, we will go reverse. Amount due after last installment will be nil. Installment of third amount is 74,200. Total of B plus C will be 74,200. Then D, that is 74,200 into 6 upon 106, 4,200. And then D minus E, so 74,200 minus 4,200 is 70,000. Any confusions on this? Make a line after that. Now, the reason I tell you again, make a line. Now you have to start with installment number 2. What you will do in installment number 2 is this 70,000, you will take it as it is. As I made you write, B will be equal to previous. In B column you write previous column, meaning to say, what is the amount due after second installment? 70,000. In that we add 6% interest, and then we pay 74,200. So what is the amount due after second installment? 70,000. Installment is again 74,200. 70,000 plus 74,200, 1,44,200. Able to understand this? Now 1,44,200 into 6 upon 106. 8162. And 142,4,200 minus 816. 1,36,038. Now tell me one thing. In this 136,038, this we calculated out of 144,200. In 144,200, these two amounts were included. So does this 136,038 already include this 70 or not? Yes. It is a cumulative amount. Okay, it is a cash price before second installment. Did everyone understand this? Now same with the last one, first installment. What we read here? 136,038 plus 74,200, 210,238 into 6 upon 106, 11,900. And 210,238 minus 11,900, 198,338. Now this 198,338 already includes this 1,36,038 that was already added over here. So in this final amount, we have to add down payment. Okay, what is the down payment given in the question? 70,000. Means what will be the cash price of the asset? 268,338. This is the cash price of the. Did everyone understand this? Anyone having any doubt in it? Now we have to do the accounting. As I said in this question, we will make accounting in the books of vendor, seller. That is B Limited. Which accounts are compulsory in B Limited? Like in A Limited, how many accounts? 4. In B Limited, only 2 accounts. One is the buyer account and the second is interest account. Only 2 accounts we will pay. A Limited account and interest account. Half page. Make a format. Same question in the books of A Limited is going your homework, which I discuss after completing. In the books of B Limited, first we have to make A Limited account, hire purchaser account, buyer account, half of page each. There is not the original price, there is including interest. Now in this 268,338, add these 3 interests. 268,338 plus 4,200 plus 8,162 plus 11,900. Okay. This is the cash price, and what you are doing is a higher purchase price, that is including interest. Who are still making the format? 1 more minute, do it fast. Yes, 1 minute is over. Now be ready. 10, 9, 8, 6, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now listen everyone, very first transaction, purchase of asset. Now we have to see from seller's point of view. For seller it is a sale. What was the journal entry? Buyer account debit to hire purchase sales account. Buyer means A Limited account debit to hire purchase sales account. So A Limited account on debit side. What is the date of purchase? 1/4/2009. 1/4/2009 to hire purchase sales account. Now this entry we have to pass with cash price 268,338. Let's give all the blessings to him only today. 268,338. Did you all understand this? First is A Limited to hire purchases with the cash price. Then second entry is for down payment. Now from seller's point of view, he is receiving the down payment. So cash or bank account debit to buyer account. Cash or bank account debit 70,000 to buyer means A Limited account 70,000. To A Limited, so A Limited on credit side 1409 buyer. Cash or bank account 70,000. Any doubts in this? Then third entry is for interest. For seller, what is interest? Income. So buyer account debit to interest account. Buyer account debit means A account on debit side. Now first installment will become due on 31/3/2010. Yearly installments. So 1409 if we have purchased the asset. First installment will become due on 31/3/2010. Buyer account debit to interest account. Now look at the workings. What is the first interest? Yes, don't make a mistake of taking 4,200. We have to take interest of first installment. Okay, here we had gone reverse. In the beginning, always interest is more, then you keep on repaying the money, so interest keeps on decreasing. Okay, what is first installment's interest? 11,900. An opposite side in interest account 31/3/2010 by A Limited account 11,900. And doubts up till here? After the installment, after the interest, next entry is of installment. Now seller is going to receive the money. So what is the entry for receiving the installment? Cash or bank account debit and to buyer account. To buyer means in A Limited on credit side 31/3/2010 by cash or bank account. Now each installment is of 74,200. First installment is also 74,200. Any doubt in this? Then at the end of the year, what are the, before that depreciation? No entry in the books of sale. Depreciation will come only in the books of buyer. Okay. Then closing entries. Now here only interest is to be closed and transferred to profit and loss account. So interest account debit means debit side to profit and loss account 11,900. Okay, and then we'll do the balancing. One year is everyone clear with this? So here debit side total 268, 79, 80, 338, 280, 338 minus 144,200, so 136, 138, 31,310 by balance carried down 280, 238 and here 038, 136,038, 14,2010 balance carried brought down, and this is squared up account. Now even in these books we don't have to repeat which entry in the consecutive years. First two entries, sale of asset or goods and down payment is not to be repeated. Interest onwards, we will pass the entry second and third year. Okay, so we are in the second year, directly interested. Yes, and correct. Now in the second installment, what is the interest? 8162. For seller, interest is an income. So interest account will credit and A Limited account will debit. A Limited account debit side 31,311 to interest account, and second installment's interest is 8162. Opposite side in interest account 31,311 by A Limited account, and interest is 8162. Any doubt in this? Then after interest, what will we write on debit side? Yes, installments entry after interest. So cash or bank, seller is going to receive cash or bank account debit to A Limited account. To A Limited means A Limited credit side 31,311 by cash or bank account. Amount is 74,200. Is everyone clear with this? And after the installment, we don't have the entry of depreciation. Directly which entry? Closing entry. Harsh. Here no depreciation. We are doing it in seller's books. Interest account debit to P&L. Reverse. Here interest is an income, you have to close and debit it. So interest account debit side 31,311 to profit and loss account. And what is the amount of interest? 8162. Again, second year is over, so we will do the balance. 1,44200 minus 74,200, 70,000. 31,311 by balance. Carried down. And opposite side 1,411 to balance. Brought down. And 8162 will be a squared up. Any confusions in this? Now in the third year, Kronika first entry 00 and date. Yes, now again in the last year, what is the interest amount? 4,200. For seller it's an income, so A limited account debit to interest 31,312 to interest account 4,200. Show which second effect will take place. Yes, what second effect will take place for this interest? Opposite side in interest account. Even in the last lecture, this is something very easy to answer. If we have written A limited debit side to interest, then what will be the other effect? Interest account, come on.
Buy cash and pay.
After this, what is the second effect of this interest? Opposite side in interest account. Yes, silence. Yes, all the smart and smart people here. 31,312 by A limited account 4,200. Is everyone clear with this? Yes, come on, what next? Amount 74,200. Each installment is 74,200. So cash or bank account debit to A limited account. A limited credit side 31,312 by cash or bank account 74,200. Is everyone clear with this? Then closing entry, interest account on debit side 31,312 to profit and loss account. Stop talking 4,200. And last year, so both the accounts should get closed. There is also squared up account and this is also squared up account. Is everyone clear with this? Now I'll discuss the entries of A Limited's books. You'll do it in homework and also you'll solve question 6 in homework. That is also exactly similar. So answer is given in bracket what cash price you must get. You'll be trying it on your own. Now be attentive. In the books of A Limited, what will be the first entry? Purchase of asset. In the books of A Limited, what will be the first entry? Purchase of asset. Means here machinery account debit to B Limited account 268,338. Machine account debit side B Limited on credits. We'll be making 4 accounts. Machinery account, B Limited account, interest account and depreciation account. For down payment, what will be the entry in the books of A Limited? B Limited account debit to cash and bank account. So B Limited account on debit side to cash and bank 70,000. Then for interest account debit to B Limited account 11,900. Interest account debit side and B Limited account on credit side. Then installment. B Limited to cash and bank account 74,200. And depreciation to machinery credit side, depreciation debit side, and cash price 268,338 into 10%. First year. Is everyone clear with it? Then closing entry, interest account credit side by P&L, depreciation credit side by P&L. Now second year onwards you directly start from interest. So again interest to B Limited 81,600. Then installment B Limited to cash or bank 74,200. Then again depreciation to machinery, but depreciation will change depending on what value you get. And then depreciation interest will close and transfer to. And then again last year interest to B Limited 4,200, B Limited to cash and bank 74,200, and then depreciation, and then again interest and depreciation you will close and transfer to. So A Limited books ledger account is your homework, and also question 6 where you have to make only the given accounts. Read at the end. prepare Yash printer's account and interest account in the books of, okay, this one, seller's books are only asked. So seller book will be again practiced with question number 6. Okay, we complete this today.